Hi, everybody. The Commission on Television or Commission on Presidential Debates made it official that Jill Stein and Gary Johnson are not to participate in the debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. So it's official now. It was always going to be either one or the other. So a plan B was always going to be necessary in this case. Jill Stein has a press release on her website, Open the Debate, and so she's addressing this. She's saying that she wants her supporters and then people who are interested in free speech and an actual democracy to join her and Ajamu at the first debate. It's Monday, September 26th at Hofstra University in Hempstead, Long Island, and that's about 25 miles east of New York City. And so they're still planning, but there is an RSVP. They're trying to get an idea of numbers, and they're trying to see whether or how to arrange busing and carpools and things like that. And so it's possible that they may decide to have supporters attempt to escort them into the debates, and that this situation may lead to arrest, and that should be known. It's possible, but not definite, and that there are actions that they have scheduled at Hofstra that will not risk arrest, so it's still okay to go. So they're organizing nonviolent civil resistance training and things like that, and so they want to know if you want to attend that training, and so you can answer the questions that they have their RSVP link, and I'll leave a link to this press release in the description so you can follow up if you want to. And there's another press release. Jill Stein is still calling for open debates. They have not given up their fight for that. And so there's another press release there. They're kind of giving a little bit more information in this press release, saying that a USA Today poll found that 76% of voters in the United States want a four-candidate debate that includes Jill Stein and Gary Johnson. And so there is support from the people for this. And the Stein-Baraka campaign have had 3 protests so far at the headquarters of the Commission on Presidential Debates in Washington, D.C. And so they want to thank the League of Women Voters for their past work on organizing debates. And someday, maybe that'll happen again. And so now I'm off that press release and I'm talking about the League of Women Voters. I addressed the background of the Commission on Presidential Debates in another video. But I'm thinking that Jill Stein has actions planned in response, addressing the debates and what she and Ajamu Baraka are going to do outside the debates at Hofstra University. But I'm actually hoping my viewers that come to this channel, if we could all brainstorm some alternatives, because again, it could go either way. It could be the case that Jill Stein finds herself at a podium inside the debates, or not. It could go either way. So of course we know if she gets in there and gets a microphone and a podium, she's gonna rock it. We've seen her debating journalists, newscasters, and talking about her platform and her issues and defending them very clearly. She can handle that. 2 opponents, 3 opponents, 4. It's no problem. She's had press conferences where she's addressed a room full of people asking her tough questions, and she answers them. So she's able to handle herself. If she gets in there, it's not going to be a problem. She'll do the rest. Now, but what if she doesn't get inside Hofstra University on September 26th and joins the debate? What then? And this is where I'm hoping that I and the viewers can come in and maybe come up with some alternatives. I have a few ideas myself, and please chime in the comments if you think it's a good idea or not, or if you have something better. Let's hear it. I was thinking that she might be able to, the day after, if she does get arrested outside Hofstra University while the debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump is going on, that might happen, or it might not. And so that night of the debate, we don't know what's going to happen. But in the aftermath, it's possible that Jill Stein can have an alternative forum with Gary Johnson or without Gary Johnson to address these issues that come up in the debate. Gary Johnson was offered the opportunity to debate Jill Stein on the Young Turks as moderators, and Jill Stein accepted that offer. Gary Johnson turned it down because he wanted to get into the main debate. It's possible that Gary Johnson may change his mind and decide to debate Jill Stein after all. There's actually going to be 2 more debates for presidents as a follow-up. There's going to be 2 more after this September 26th. So Gary Johnson may still want to hold out on the chance that he'll be allowed entry into the second debate, if not the first, or maybe the third debate, if not the first. These are all possibilities. We don't know how it's going to go. We've got WikiLeaks, holding something over Hillary Clinton's head. Who knows what that can be? One big Stephen King horror show, I'm pretty sure it sounds like. And then there's also health concerns, and I'll just leave it there. We don't know how that's going to go either. So there's lots of unknowns. But, we survey what we see before us, and we act accordingly to what we see, and then we flex and navigate and corner as necessary. So right now it appears that there will be no entry into September 26th, although there might be some way, somehow, that it happens. But if not, I think it would be a good idea if Jill Stein had an alternative venue in which she could have herself, answering back, kind of inserting footage of herself answering back, taking the main footage of the debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and then editing herself in, answering the moderator, and then answering Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and then offering her responses on a separate video, and then either posting it on her website on the main page, or on her YouTube channel, her Facebook, distributing, every which way, her responses to the same questions. That's one idea. And then an alternative idea is to host additional town halls if necessary. And then also maybe town hall / rally, where something similar to the Preston Bradley, where she had an auditorium full of people, and it was filmed, and then all those encounters just kind of sent out, where there's a town hall where people ask her what they want to ask her. So that's another alternative, or rally. And then there's also other media venues, such as college radio, college television, some serious internet channels where there's a lot of news, RT, the Young Turks, and then I'm thinking C-SPAN. How wonderful would it be if the League of Women Voters were to come out of the cold and decide to take back their power from the Republican and Democratic Party, and then host a debate between Jill Stein and Gary Johnson, be the moderators, and then host that with C-SPAN or another media alternative. I would like to see the League of Women Voters step up and step in and lean in, especially since Jill Stein is in this race, and maybe recalibrate the conversation. I would love to see that. But these are just some ideas that I have. and I had one more. uh, it stems from the Roseanne Barr movie that came out recently, Roseanne for President. I know that time is short, but I would love it if Jill Stein could find all that footage of her running for president, her campaign for this year, and slice it up, dice it up, and then put it together in a wonderful documentary. She's got some good visuals from her time at the RNC, from the DNC, at the Green Party National Convention, and in North Dakota, Los Angeles, Louisiana, Baltimore, all sorts of things that she's been doing. If that can be made into a documentary and then hosted on her YouTube channel, have a little mini movie and then send it out there so people can and do kind of like an end run to make sure she gets her name and message out there. Something similar to what Ross Perot did when he bought, I think, a long segment of television time and then was able to get his message out. He had enough money to do that. But I'm saying, like, maybe not do that, but use the internet to host maybe a 2-hour documentary of Jill Stein. And I think it's doable. I think it would work well. I mean, Roseanne Barr for president was a great idea for Roseanne Barr, documenting her 2012 run against Jill Stein, and then her Peace and Freedom run where she got the nomination. That's one. And then also the movie Clinton Cash has been released online, and it's pretty popular. So I think Jill Stein might explore that possibility of doing a little documentary of herself, maybe 2 hours worth of media focused on herself and her campaign, and then releasing that for supporters and people who are curious to see what's going on. So those are my ideas, but if you have any more or you want to expand, then please do. We can find a way to put our heads together to see if we can get the Green Party past the obstacle of exclusion. I think it can be done.